Right, Eric, you just sat up here on your own, bud.
Yeah, I was just waiting on everybody else to show up before we get started and make sure we have recording taken care of.
Love it, love it. I was hoping you were going to do a song or something.
Well, I had a bit of an opening act planned, but everyone showed up on time, so I didn't have to go.
Oh, well, I'll jump off the stage then.
And you too, Eric, because I was tired.
Yeah.
Good evening, fellas. Good evening. How are you both feeling, Eric? How are you feeling?
Fantastic. I was just going to open up by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the show. It promises to be a good one today.
Yes. Certainly is. And Luke, how are you feeling, sir?
I'm really, really good. Just had a long drive. So a little bit motorway eyes, but all good apart from that. Looking forward to this evening. Especially looking forward to the community's questions. It's our favourite bit.
It sure is. Now, everyone, ignore the gentleman to my left, BilliDrop Murray. Don't pay any attention to him, okay? He's not important. Not yet, anyway. But his presence will be known in just a moment. Until then, we have our usual announcements to inform everyone about. And, we will start in usual fashion. And Eric and Luke, are you guys both ready for today?
Yes, we are. Born ready.
Yes, ready. Always ready. Hoorah.
Always ready.
Now we're locked in. We'll start with some information people may or may not be privy to. However, the elephant in the room, people noticed we hit 60k and then suddenly, we went down to 59k. And there was some uncertainty over the Easter period. And I know, Luke, there was a reason for that and a good reason. So I'll hand over to you, Luke, to inform everyone about why that happened.
Thanks, Jordan. Brilliant. So, first thing, right? I love you guys because there was me. I'm off working with our dev, working away, and people are noticing that the next count's going down, and you're all watching it. So well done, well done. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. Essentially, over the last week to 10 days, we've seen numerous projects get hit with exploits. But the latest one drained 180 million from the protocol. We have been on red alert since this started. So we've been watching the blockchain, watching Snowtrace. We noticed some irregular activity, what we thought was irregular activity. On a wallet. So what we did was we basically put in a security measure to basically stop any action on wallets which flagged up and hit one of our identifiers for concern. That was a 55 cell limit. So we basically hit the red button. We stuck a stop on everything on these nests. We've gone through. There's no concern, nothing to worry about, which is great news. But obviously, some people, their nests got paused over the Easter period. Now they are all active again, which is good. All of the nests have been, being reactivated. There's a little issue with a couple of NFTs attached to them, but I'm going to pick up with the guys directly with that as well. But yeah, I mean, with everything that's going on, I've been in the trenches for the last 48 hours, just focusing on this, try to get this rectified. The security of our smart contract is our number one priority. We have Certic watching it as well, 24 hours. I'm messaging Certic. I said, you got eyes on? They said, yeah, we got eyes on. I said, lovely. And then, turns out we are all good. Everything is fine. Oh, you're there. Yeah. Oh, let me mute you. There we go.
Jordan, you need to mute, sir. It's getting an echo from your side.
No problem.
You muted. Lovely. Okay, cool. So the good news is, we took action when we saw irregular activity. We were safe, which is good. There were a couple of people affected. We're really sorry about that, guys, but they're back up and running as well. And you've all got fresh maintenance fees on your nests as well. But it's just our way of thanking you for your patience. Moving forward, we're working with Certic closely, just to ensure it's a really scary time in DeFi for token, for management teams because of what's happening. But we're in a good place. We're secure. We're safe. And I just think I just turned the TV down. There we go. I think that everyone just has to be a little bit more careful in DeFi at the moment, especially token owners. Now's a really good time to get audits done, because as we've seen, there's been protocols that have been around for a good while getting hit, and the guys out there are clever. So you have to go with someone good anyway. So yeah, that's just that update. Thank you for everyone's patience. Nothing to concern yourselves about. We're all good. Just maybe a bit overzealous, but I don't think that's bad.
Not at all. And I think the key point to nail home is, Luke, you have personally been working with each wallet holder to ensure that they're compensated and everything's rectified. So thank you for doing that over the Easter holiday. And I'm sure those individuals thank you as well. With that being said, we're going to move over to Scott from Combat Waffle. Scott, lovely to see you, bud. But I do prefer seeing your gorgeous images from the work you're doing. So what news do you have for us so far?
Hey guys, how's everybody? We've been working pretty hard. We're going to release our roadmap here in the next couple days. And I think a little teaser was dropped, yesterday on our Twitter and a few here and there over on Ural's Discord. And then today, I know Luke and Eric have been privy to this information for a little while, but the next game was announced that we've already been working on for quite a while, called Aphelion, which is going to be a space game that is sort of a survival horror thriller game.
It's amazing.
Survival. Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. It's going to remind you a lot of like Dead Space and Doom and a little mix of Halo. Like, it's going to be pretty cool. So we are focusing on that, but I did want to clarify, when we did announce 2023, do not expect this in Q1 of 2023, because we need to focus on Ghost of Tabor. So we are working on that, but at the same time, Ghost of Tabor is the first project to be pushed into the market. So that's all I have, if anybody has questions.
Huge, by the way, Scott.
Yeah. We're going to come back to questions in just a little bit. We have a little bit more to get through on the announcement side, and then we'll come back to community questions later on.
Be here.
Yep.
Definitely. One sec.
No problem. And Scott, and if you're happy to, bud, we'll keep you up here. Just saves us bringing you back up and finding you later on.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Brilliant. So now we're going to move to some phase 2 information. Eric, what can you share regarding phase 2 information for the community? Eric, can you hear me somewhere?
Are you waiting for me or Eric?
He's waiting for me. Sorry, I was having trouble finding the mute button on my microphone and figuring out whether I was muted here or there or somewhere else. So, Luke, what do we want to discuss about phase 2, sir? I mean, it's there's a lot of things in flux. There's a lot of things we haven't really nailed down details on. I know everyone's eager to hear about it. The first thing I would probably do is say that we are working on some marketing terms, some kind of friendly names, because right now we have version 2, phase 2, and token 2.0 floating around, and they're not all the same. So it's really important that we differentiate, and we're working on that right now internally to make sure that we differentiate with some friendly names for those who aren't following on the inside like we are. We know what phase 2 is. We know what version 2 is. We know what 2.0 token is. They're not necessarily all the same thing. Was there more we wanted to elaborate on today, Luke, on phase 2?
It's a really good point as well, actually. There's a few terms that are getting muddled up, and that's our fault.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's our lack of clarifications. We apologize. We need to just go back in, clarify a bit. As you know, we're going to I think we need to create an extended roadmap, Eric, definitely as a priority. However, tonight we plan to get some text out about the new tokenomic, about what it looks like, how it operates. So that's currently being finalized. And that should be, Jordan, will we get that out this evening?
Don't put that pressure on me, Luke. I'm only a mere mortal.
You're much more than that, buddy.
To give everyone a realistic time frame, we are now getting it signed off. So we'll get it over to you, Luke, once we've finished filling in the gaps. We'll then get it over to our creative team, who will create a gorgeous infographic, because we've listened to the community, right? And in crypto, we always say it's another language. And if you don't speak the language, you don't understand it. And if you don't understand it, you get fearful and you stay away. So I've taken it upon my shoulders, along with our social media team, and with the help of Eric and Luke and picking their brains, to really break this down in simple terms with a gorgeous infographic. So not only yourselves will understand it, but your friends and family will as well. Going back to that simple analogy that if an alien landed on this planet right now, could we explain what phase 2 is? That is our challenge, and that is what we're aiming to do. So realistically, end of the week to have that infographic design ready and signed off. But I like under-promising and over-delivering. So I'll leave that with the community, and Luke will have that signed off by you, hopefully, this evening.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We're obviously really excited to move into phase 2. We understand that we've operated with ambiguity for a reason. And, we understand that a lot of you have put a lot of faith in us. Now, from the beginning, Eric and I have talked about trust and integrity and honesty and morality as well. And that's something that we hold dear. So for those of you that have put your trust and faith in us, we will be repaying that trust. The ambiguity will be over soon. As we say, we're just finalizing everything, making sure it's here at home. And so there's something huge happening next week. We have our tape event, but there's also something else happening as well. And we'd like to be able to finalize and solidify and shout about it around this time frame. So some exciting stuff coming up. Thank you for your patience. Have a bit more with us.
Certainly. And one promise that I did make everyone, which I followed through on, which was I said to everyone I'd be working over the weekend to find out where did this $550,000 go? Because I wanted to know where it went. And so I went out and I went into my inbox, and remarkably I found a gentleman called Murray who said, hey, yeah, that was with us. And so I was like, well, look, I know who you are. I know what you do, but our community don't. So Murray, who are you? And more importantly, who are you not, sir? Murray.
Sorry, I was on mute there.
Not to worry, sir.
No problem. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for that introduction, Jordan. I guess, who am I? I guess I'll start at the beginning. We're on a journey. BilliDrop is the company that we started about 6 months ago, and I'll talk about what BilliDrop does. But more importantly, for the moment, I'm excited to be part of this community. And I'm not just talking about the discussions I've had behind the scenes with Jordan, Eric, Luke, and other members of the team. Just part of this community. The objective really was to see you guys and for you guys to be able to experience what we're building and to help us show that we're credible, and for you guys to be able to recognize that. And it's not the first time that any of the team at BilliDrop have built a tech business, launched it, or got funding from external sources, but it's the first time that we've had people outside of that circle excited about what we're doing this early on. So we're just really grateful to be here. I wonder, Jordan, do you want me just to talk about BilliDrop itself?
We would love to, because that's your baby.
Okay.
Do it.
What is BilliDrop, I guess, is the burning question. So BilliDrop is effectively, it's a smart contract that allows us to distribute assets in the crypto world. And for the purposes of what we're doing, it is a word that we shouldn't really use, which is a lottery, but because we're all friends and family here, I'm willing to use it in this small closed circle. On the advice of our lawyers, for the regulatory and legal reasons, we can't quite call it that yet, but we hope to be able to at some point. Effectively what it is it's a Polygon-based smart contract that we can use. I'm sure everyone's watching what's going on in the Polygon world at the moment. It's an inside joke, nobody is. They've just implemented the Chainlink VRF, which allows us to generate random numbers that we can prove are random. That's important for us because it means we can prove that winners of lotteries and draws and other things are fairly selected and not able to be cheated. And one of the other features that implements is it means there's a walled garden between our money and the prize winner. So there's no way anyone can mix those things together. End point of what we're trying to do in the short term is $1 million a day giveaways. The idea is customers will be able to buy tickets for draws, and they will be able to win money on a daily basis. So we won't start with $1 million, but that's the end destination in the short term. We intend to get there in 12 months' time. The primary function...
Just to clarify, Murray, it's going to be a daily drop, and adding up to, after 12 months, how much?
$1 million a day.
$1 million a day. That's going to be huge.
It may accelerate to faster than that. That's just our medium-term goal. $1 million a day.
That's huge.
Remarkable. And everyone, I can confirm we have greater detail coming out after this AMA. So keep your eyes on Twitter and the announcement channel, as you will find out the numbers. You'll find out more about BilliDrop and how BilliDrop make their money. So you're going to stay with us more, is that correct?
I'll be here throughout.
Nice, thanks so much,
And
Murray.
probably on Discord after.
Love that. And Murray, you are part of our Discord, so everyone, you can tag him. And there you go, hold that grenade, Murray. And ask him questions.
I've been part of the community for a good few months because I'm also a nest holder.
Powerful. See, look, I was going to pass to Eric about, why and how did we meet you? So, Eric, why did we choose Murray over BilliDrop?
So here's the thing about BilliDrop, and Luke has said this before, at least in private conversations, but I think we've mentioned it in public conversation as well. When we partner, and we haven't partnered with many people so far in the crypto space, but when we partner with people in the crypto space, we're looking for reliable people that we can trust. And we've established a standard by which we do that in the crypto space that some are now starting to follow. So we are becoming, as we thought we would be, sort of thought leaders in how to present crypto to the greater public in a safer and more reasonable way. And so one of the things that immediately drew me to Murray was when we first met and we heard the pitch, and this was several weeks ago. This has been a deal that we've been working on for quite a while. This was not a knee-jerk reaction. This wasn't something where he just said, hey, I would like some money. And we said, sure, here you go, buddy. The first thing I noticed was we got his name and we got him on camera, right? The very first conversation we had was a video chat. We got him on camera. We have his partner team members on camera. We have full names. And if I'm not mistaken, there is an intent to extend that to the community at some point in the near future. So it's one of those things we look at. Exactly. It's one of those things we look at. We want to make sure that when we partner with somebody or we invest with somebody, that we're investing in the right people first and foremost. All right. Anybody can have a great idea, but if you don't know who's running the project and you have no accountability, then I don't think it's worthy of anyone's investment, least of all one that we're making on behalf of our investors here. So that was the first thing that I love to see. Murray's also a Phoenix Knight and is a current nest holder, which is wonderful. We love to see community interaction. We love the idea of incubating ideas from the community when they make sense financially for the betterment of the community. We won't always greenlight everyone's idea, but this one just had a lot of potential, a lot of upside, and checked all the boxes for us early on with terms of legitimacy and transparency and reasonable goals that can be attained by the people who are running it. They're very skilled. They have a lot of experience doing this. We vetted the people. We vetted the business plan. We had our analysts look at it as well. So everything has been done with the idea that we're going to move forward with this in a very structured and controlled way. So none of this is the largest investment, by the way, that we've made to date. So largest single investment we've made. And we did not make that lightly.
We didn't. And just to reiterate, because I don't think we've made it quite clear, the full intention of this project and the outcome is to do $1 billion drop. Okay? It's not $1 million drop. We are aiming to do $1 billion drop. We are the first ever $1 billion drop. That's going to be huge. Someone will become a billionaire from this, right? That's
Wait,
massive.
Luke, can you say that again, please, for the people in the back? Because we've got 942 people. Let's make sure they can hear what you just said.
We are launching the world's first $1 billion drop, guys. All right? It's huge. This is absolutely massive. All right? Enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be buying a ticket. But just to reiterate as well, going back on what Eric said, this is our largest investment. There's other iterations within BilliDrop for growth and development as well. So not only is it the world's first $1 billion drop, the growth in this team and their roadmap is spectacular. We've not put any investment of this size in so far. If you look at the other projects we've incubated, they've been next to nothing compared to this. And when we start going through our figures, you'll be able to see how huge they are. But just to clarify one more time, guys, because I think we just need to shout from the rooftops, $1 billion drop. We're going to make someone a billionaire, guys. That'd be amazing.
Hey, Murray, just so we're clear, I want to make sure, because someone's asking in the Discord server now in the general chat, which I like to watch during these little AMAs. That's not $1 billion drop per day, correct? That would be a really large goal. Yeah.
The initial large, big, hairy, audacious goal is $1 billion. So we'll get to $1 million a day. Then we'll launch the $1 billion drop. Once we see that that's gathering like an avalanche, who knows, we might get to $1 billion a day. I don't think it will be next year, but it's possible.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around. It's going to be a millionaire made every single day. This could be fun. This could be fun, Rory.
Should we also reiterate, the first $1 billion drop is not the first person calling a prize of $1 billion or the first in crypto. This is literally the first prize of $1 billion in any space, anywhere in the world.
In the world.
Advertised. Initial.
Advertised.
Yeah.
Now, Murray, I understand you're going to be doing something special for our Phoenix Knights.
Oh, yes. We forgot to mention that. So there will also be various giveaways that will be directed directly at this community for its support. There will also be an NFT drop prior to launch, and those NFTs will carry functional benefits in our games that increase your chances of winning. Your chances of winning the $1 million each day, every 8 hours, however quickly it starts to snowball, will be increased by you holding one of those NFTs, and they will be initially only available to Phoenix Knights.
I love that. That is amazing. And what a lovely reward for our community as well. Well done, Murray. It's a phenomenal plan. It's a phenomenal idea. It's the world's first $1 billion drop. And it's been created by you guys. Well done. Well done. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
So to clarify for people in the general chat asking, we will have more details about our involvement, what the agreement is, what the deal terms are. That'll come out in a post on both Twitter and here on the Discord announcements. So keep your eyes out after the AMA is over for those announcements on both Twitter and Discord announcement channel.
And the simple reason... Go on, Luke. And the simple reason why is because there's a lot of information and we've got more to give you. And so we want to make sure that your attention's with us for now, and then you got your dessert at the end of this. And like we mentioned, Maury's going to be around, pick his brain as well. And we'll also discuss internally about creating a special channel because this project's going to grow fast and we're going to be here every step of the way. So, gentlemen, Scott, Maury, thank you so much for giving us your time today. We're just going to put you on ice, keep you up on stage with us, and I'm going to put now Eric and Luke in the hot seat because it's the final part of the AMA where I ask them the most interesting questions from the week. So, Luke and Eric. Eric, I'll come to you for the first question, which is, will the new Fire 2.0 be the same token as what we know today, Fire? And will we be able to do a one-to-one swap between the Fire token and the new token when we move to phase 2?
It's a great question. Unfortunately, the answer is going to be very short and simple. They're not the same token. And yes, a one-to-one swap is being discussed with some of the tools that we have built in-house. Makes that very easy to achieve.
Tremendous. Now, I like how fast we're moving through this already. So if we can keep this tempo, be sure everyone to raise your hand to come up and speak.
Well, let me tell a story real quick.
Oh, there we go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have a tendency to ramble sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, I'm probably impressed, honestly. And so if you want to come on and you want to hear Eric's story, raise your hand and you can ask him to tell a story. With that being said, Luke, we're coming to you next, sir. How many incubated projects / investments are predicted to go live before the estimated date of the nest cap? Which, I'll stress everyone, we can't give you a date. Flow in our data stats has predicted, and it's constantly moving, between the 6th and the 13th of May, but human nature changes that date. So there's no hard date. Remember, it's 100,000 nest cap. So Luke, how many do we expect to go live, and when do profit sharing start from these projects?
Right, so we've got 3 that should go live before the nest cap. We should be earning on all of these from day one. So yeah, pretty simple answer. Swap School is just finalizing everything after their audit. We're just waiting for the developers to finalize up on that before we send it back for finalization. Spectrum is ready to go, pretty much ready to go to Certic, smart contract wise. So that's huge. I've just contacted them today, ready to send that over. Griffin's ready to go live in a short period too. We're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that one. I see a question. Niffy progress. Niffy. So we've spent a long time. The key point with Niffy has been partnerships, because we can't do all of it. Too big. So what we need is partnerships with different people. We've secured all of the ones that we need. That means we can go into development now. We've been shaping the smart contract and what it looks like. We are pretty much ready to progress. All we need to do is finish off all of the other projects first before I dump this one on my lead dev, because it's going to be a big task. So we're going to be getting together as a team over the next week to really come in and do what this looks like. However, we will have 3 projects live before we shut the door. Those projects will be returning from day one. And yeah, Swap School, Spectrum, and Griffin. They're going to be brilliant.
Make sure, and that's just from day one. That really is something for everyone to take in consideration and look forward to. Eric, coming over to you, sir. If anyone's got a good memory, you'll remember we put up a post a little while ago, around April Fool's time. We had made 2 big announcements, but there was a third one blacked out. What was that, Eric?
Yeah, so for those people suffering from what I call crypto amnesia, we actually answered this in the last AMA, but I'll go over it again. So there was a Certic partnership affiliation, if you want to call it that we talked about, and that was meant to be the third of the drops around the April 1st time frame. Now, they are working on making an official announcement for this. It has to do with KYC, creating a sort of a space where inside of crypto you get this what do you want to call it, Luke? Like a fast ramp, or maybe a pre-selected menu on how to go about conducting yourself in a legitimate and transparent way, because it's such a foreign concept in crypto right now. Everyone's sort of focused on, how do I not become public? Well, we want to take that and flip it over on its head and say, why wouldn't you want to be public? I don't understand. If your intention is not to rob people and steal from them, then they'd like to know who you are before they invest money with you. In most cases, some people are degens and they like to go roll the dice, and it is what it is. I'm not telling you it's wrong, but the idea and the concept was that we partner with Certic to bring about a method by which people can get legitimized and certified in a in sort of a Wild West space. We want to aim to bring some type of governance to the idea. So no one's really done it yet. There's been some talk of it. I think it was poorly executed personally, or it hasn't even been executed. It's just sort of a concept floating around out there. But yeah, we want to create a process by which people can become legitimized in this sort of a governance board, if you will. That's what was meant to be the third announcement.
Well, there isn't always crypto amnesia, Eric, because some are already claiming the brand of gold service within the crypto sphere. Well, gold service means it's the best. And if they're offering a gold service, then none of their projects should be rugging. If they're offering a gold service, then none of their management team should be walking away with you not knowing who they are. That to me is a gold service. If it's a gold service, then they'll be liaising with police and law enforcement agencies all around the globe. That's what a gold service does. All right. Now, when you're trying to set up a gold service, it's all about getting in contact with these people. All right. And everything that we're striving to work towards is aiming to build a gold service. Now, we're not going to call it a gold service. That's just a buzzword and it's a hype word. But what we are looking to create is a standard within crypto, okay? Because we said it from the start, man, when we launched, this DeFi was a really dirty area back in December. And, it's being hit really hard at the moment. But if we are able to protect the investors as much as possible, then that's what we need to do. So, we've got a great relationship with Certic. Certic are offering KYC now. I've said it from day one. If anyone wants to talk to Certic, let me know. We have a wonderful relationship there. If anyone wants KYC for their project, let me know. You don't have to dox to me if you dox into Certic. I trust those guys implicitly. They are the number one in the business for a reason. So yeah, it's an interesting scenario out there. It's an ever-changing landscape, but someone's got to do it properly, and no one else is really doing it properly. So it kind of falls on us now. And do you know what? I wouldn't want to trust it to two other guys. We're really excited. We could call it the Phoenix Standard, but I think that would do a disservice to everyone else who's going to be involved as well. This is for everyone. This will be the people's standard. Okay, this will be the standard basic that any legitimate project will need to hit, and we aim to make it really accessible as well. So yeah.
And Luke, I think I know why the people don't do this, because it's not sexy, it's not fun, and in all honesty, it doesn't make any project any money. And I think that's something to clear up. Luke, are we getting any money from this partnership?
No, none whatsoever. In fact, the work we're doing in the industry is actually costing us money. But we're happy to spend that money to support other investors and other projects, because as we are a unit, we're a team, we are a family. Everyone out there in crypto, we are all in crypto because we love Web3, because we love what it stands for. We love the decentralization element. We love the financial freedom that is at our fingertips. That is what Web3 is about. And if people are going to come in and completely ruin it for everyone else, That's not cool, man, because you're ruining it for everyone else. So it's up to us to say, listen, here's what you should be looking for, and here's what's happening. And hopefully, people will do their own research and start looking at these protocols without doxed donors and go, do you know what, the returns might be high, but there's a high probability that, that things might go wrong. So it's not financial advice, but do your own research, guys. Set yourself your personal standard of what you look for. Create the people's standard. All right. Tell us what you think projects should have. And as we plan it, we'll plan it around that, because, it's not one man's job to set the standard. It's the communities. And, we just work for you guys. Right. We're just here to make sure that Phoenix Community Capital is the best in the business. And we can only do that, with the voices of support that we have. So, yeah, man.
And I told him I had a tendency to ramble. I'm kidding.
Always play nice.
Useful. Always useful. People love hearing him talk. I think it's what it is his accent.
It is. It really is. And I'll be the first to admit it.
I love Jordan's accent. And Eric's. So I love Eric's as well.
I try really hard not to have an accent, actually.
Do you know what? You do a much better British accent than I do American.
That's fair.
And Luke, just one final thing to note, just so the community to understand, that isn't the community's funds, right?
No,
we don't.
No, this is Eric and I's funds. This is the money this is our money that we spend. It's not the community's. We want to make this space better. We'll put it in our pocket, man.
Certainly. Thanks for that clarification. And just as you made that announcement, we've just gone over the 1,000 in attendance mark for the second time in a row. This is incredible. So thank you, everyone, for spending time with us tonight, because you could be anywhere in the world right now. You could be with your friends, family, but you decided to be here on this AMA, and for good reason, because we're about to come to another important question, which is the utility behind the Fire token, which we are currently building out in the backgrounds. So the community are curious, how is having the gaming studio using the Fire token directly benefiting us now, since we are moving to a new token? Eric, I'll come to you for the answer.
It's a great question. I'll keep it short. We do have a meeting planned later this week, I believe, on the calendar to discuss the specific details around the integration of the Fire token into the video game and how it will be used in that system. So I don't have a firm answer for the person who brought this question forward. It's a great question. We're always thinking about utility. We're always thinking about use cases for the token. But right now, I don't have an answer for you because we haven't finalized it yet. So it will be worked on later this week.
And that's absolutely fine, because what shows great humility is that these AMAs are learning lesson for both the founders here, and it makes us better. So please keep coming with your challenging questions, because if we don't know the answer, we'll say we don't know, and then hopefully next week we'll come back with that answer. So ask us again. I'll be sure to ask it if it gets enough votes, and hopefully Eric will have the answer.
So there's some confusion now that we've talked about a couple of things back to back in the general chat. I have to address it real quick. So the idea or the concept that we don't earn money from BilliDrop is completely false, right? We've made an investment for a return on that investment for BilliDrop. What we're not using community funds, treasury funds for, and what Luke and I are paying for directly is trying to legitimize the space. That is not being paid for with any community funds. We are getting a return on investment from BilliDrop. We do not earn any funds from our relationship with Certic or any of the stuff that Luke was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I think if we're going to be pushing for a standard within DeFi, I think it should be, because this is our personal mission. I think this should come from our personal pocket, not from you guys. It's, it's something that is really close to Eric and I's hearts. So yeah, we don't earn any money from working with Certic. Everyone who Eric and I introduced to Certic, that is just an introduction. That is there to benefit the community and everyone. And actually, if anything, the prices that Certic give us are a lot more competitive as well, you know, and we're happy to pass that over. You know, we're not in here. I mean, Eric and I have, you know, first thing we did was we removed selling pressure from the smart contract, which, you know, it took away it took away a lot of the affordability, a lot of the earning potential from the smart contract, which other protocols were earning. We wiped that out straight away. We all the way along. I mean, we've made sure that, you know, we're not draining the project like other protocols have been. You know, all of that money is there to return to you guys. You know, we don't need to. Eric and I laugh and joke, right? Doing it legitimate is really easy. We don't understand why people have to play games, because if you're doing it legitimately, it's really quite easy. You just kind of follow the rules, and it goes really well. So no, PCC earns from the projects we invest in. We haven't invested in Certic, but our relationship with them is a personal relationship. Now, just to clarify, the projects that we develop in-house, Spectrum, for example, that will be funded by PCC because that is a PCC project. However, the Bigger Minds issue recently, that was funded by me out of my own pocket, because obviously, you know, we have to support people around us.
Powerful distinctions. And again, everyone, more information on BilliDrop will be released after this AMA is concluded. There's a lot of information. I see Murray's already in now answering some questions as well. So please be patient with us. They will be coming your way. Next, Luke, this is for you, sir. If this person understands correctly, after the doors close on phase 1, the rewards will be paid back in a different token to remove sell pressure. Is this going to be a stable coin in terms of paying out, or another volatile asset such as Avalanche?
Good.
I think that's just TBD.
Yeah, it is a good question. We don't really know at this point. We are fully investigating it. The choice will be what is best for the community.
Excellent. So again, keep asking these questions, family, and we'll be sure to get an answer to you as soon as we have it. Okay. Next up, Eric, will the maintenance fee stay the same when nest cap is reached? And also, will the claim fee remain the same?
Yes, for the initial 100,000 nests, those fees are not going to change. Those fees are how we pay operating expenses to run the team and build our business on the back end. So it's not unusual or atypical to see a fee associated with any type of investors that are doing this in a traditional finance method. So if you're working at a hedge fund or a mutual fund, typically there is a fee associated with the management of said funds. So that's basically what this is. So the maintenance fee and the claim fees do not go away after the nest cap. That's what you pay to keep your nests active and earning.
Marvelous. Thank you so much for that, Eric. Now, we have a bunch of people waiting to ask some questions. I want to be courteous because I know we want to bring up some new faces as well. In fact, we have 9 people in the waiting room. So what we'll do is we'll bring those people up first, and if we have time towards the end, we'll revisit some of the questions that were submitted. So coming up first.
Before we jump into that, Jordan, sorry, I just want to make it clear. If for any reason you feel like you have a question and it's not getting answered, please, please, please push the button on your screen with the little hand icon. Raise your hand. We do get to see a queue. As Jordan mentioned, right now there are 10 people waiting to speak. All right, so we're not cherry picking people. It has been suggested that we cherry pick who we get on stage. We're not cherry picking people. We go up through the line. All right, so if we get a bunch of people put their hands up for first time talking, if we haven't gotten to you before, that's because you haven't interacted with the application to let us know you want to speak.
A great reminder, Eric. A great reminder. And as usual, one question, please. And we try to give you some time to accept the invite. There we go. Excellent. The floor is yours. What's your question?
Hey guys, thanks for bringing me up, Jordan. Can you guys...
Steve.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So a very quick question for me is, I just wanted to know, is this a 100% hard cap on this on these 100K nests, or is there a possibility that you guys say come around Christmas time, you guys are like, hey, we're gonna release 10,000 more nests? And then the quick follow up on that would be, will NFTs still be available for purchase after the cap?
Yes, no, yes. In the
That
interest of
answers your
time,
question.
yes. So the first question was about, is it a hard cap at 100,000? Yes, it is. Is there going to be a situation where we open it up later on? We've talked about doing a second round, but it's a different mechanism, or not different mechanism, different term. So these first 100,000 are unique in their cost and in their payout. And then there may be a second round later on with some different metrics assigned to them. Yeah, and the NFTs will still be available for purchase after the cap.
Okay, perfect. You guys got me exactly what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Our pleasure, sir. Our pleasure.
Well,
All
tongue in
right.
cheek, I was trying to keep it short. Yes, no, yes.
I knew what you were doing. Tony, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Another day in
Fantastic.
paradise.
What you got,
Hey,
Tony?
Tony. Good to see you, man.
Well, I have a couple of good, quick questions regarding NFTs. These are actually for friends and family that keep asking me, bugging me about it. So they're quick questions. First of all, will there be any extra advantage to having the Grandmaster NFT to reflect its cost after the, these are all post-cap questions.
Yes, you retain the after the nest cap's over, you retain the reward boost that it comes with. But we've already demonstrated with the whitelisting application that we created for Swapsicle that you do get additional benefits for owning different tiers of NFTs. So there is a benefit to it beyond just the reward boost, but you do get to keep the reward boost going forward as well.
Okay. Just another quick question regarding how the NFTs are going to work. Again, post-cap, if we go to what's being suggested is a dividend-paying model, are they going to work exactly the same as they're working now, or are they going to be working a little bit different in a different model?
So what you have a think on this. Have a think on this, Tony.
Mhm.
So the master NFTs and the grandmaster NFTs, number one, non-tradable. Number two, reward fire at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
So that the fact that they're non-tradable, and they are, we've created them as a reward system. They kind of more play into the grand plan, as opposed to the short-term plan. But the fact that they're non-transferable is really, really important.
Okay. Okay, so that's a bit of a hint, but not giving away too much.
Luke's really good at that. Just a little
Yeah.
tease, just a little tickle, and then I'll see you next week.
Okay, so so they're going to be worth having, correct?
Yes. There's going to
Yes.
be value to them beyond the reward boost, which I think, as I said earlier, we've already demonstrated that there's an additional. If people didn't know this, by the way, when Swapsicle went live for their whitelist, we had an application that would track 3 different metrics. 1, do you have a nest? 2, do you have a master NFT? And I think there was a third one for a master or grandmaster NFT. So we have a mechanism in place to reward people with different statuses going forward by having these. We've already built the infrastructure for that in the applications that we have. So yes, there is more benefit to having those later on.
Okay, well that's everything. I'll not keep you back too much longer.
Thanks, Tony.
No problem. Cheers, Luke. Talk to you soon.
See you soon, man. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, then. Let's bring up some new faces. Blocks of Finance. Bringing you on up, sir. If you accept that request, that's on your question.
Hey, thanks for having me. Just a quick one. Since the last AMA, there was some casual chat in the Discord where you guys said that basically for the rewards, when we switch over, you see kind of a floor of roughly around $10 per nest per day. It was just like a very casual discussion, so I just wondered how realistic you guys think that is, especially in the first couple of months when we switch over to obviously rewards coming from the investment revenues.
Oh, Luke, that would be a comment you made, sir. I wasn't. So I never talk price because it's all speculative. He can't find his mute button now.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted, chatting away, chat. Yeah, no, Eric and I, we don't really talk about price, and we haven't from the start because the market dictates the price. All right, through market activity, the price is the price. All Eric and I can do is steer the ship. Now, people were keen on getting a price out of us, and I can understand why. We're venturing into the unknown. But we want to be able to give you guys accurate figures. You know, we're not gonna go and create hype. You know, we could say one figure and get everyone to ham in and just be like, you know, we told you it was only an estimation. So I think, you know, I said a figure I didn't want it to drop below. And I think that's really important because that's, you know, that's not where we want to be. We want to be somewhere different, but I'd be really disappointed in what we've created if it was below that. I think the project has the ability to do really well. However, what we need is, you know, we don't want to release incorrect information. We want to make sure it is correct, and that means that it takes us a little bit more time to run the numbers and figures. With Spectrum, that launch, we are really, really excited, and we're hoping that it's gonna blow the other projects out of the water. We've come at it from an angle no one else has. So
That's a fact.
that is a fact.
Yeah.
And I think, you know,
What's going to be funny in the next few weeks is going to be there are other people saying they're making NFT marketplaces, and that's all well and good, and they may have, but they haven't done the work that we've done, and they can launch a platform all they want, but I don't know how much traffic they're going to generate or steer to their website.
I mean, I'll call them NFT boys, right? Anyone can go make an NFT. They're NFT boys. However, we've created Spectrum, and Spectrum is for the NFT boys and girls, but also something different.
Cool. I like the confidence. So yeah, no, that's super helpful. Thanks for answering.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much, Blocks of Finance, and we hope to see you up here again soon. Right then, everyone, don't forget, Moy and Scott, they're up here. Be sure to ask them their questions. Don't let them get off easy. Although I know, Mo, you're busy in the general chat right now. So Sam, we've sent you a request. Be sure to accept. In the next 5 seconds, or we're going to have to move you on. And we're moving. I'm so sorry. Legit, we're coming to you next. You have the same 5 seconds. Pow.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Legit sounds legit. Let's do this.
All right, guys. All right, cool. So quick question, guys. Love everything that you guys have done so far. My question was about BilliDrop. I just wanted to know, I know in the last AMA you were talking about a new phase token rollout. And I was curious if BilliDrop, if the new phase token rollout would really benefit nest holders in any way by providing utility for it in our ecosystem, whether it's, you know, they have to purchase the new phase token as part of the lottery system, or just curious if you could hint at anything if it ties into any benefit for nest holders by utility in any way. Thanks, guys.
Who would like to say that?
Murray, you about?
I am about. It sounded initially like a BilliDrop question, but that's not really a BilliDrop question. I think that's more a Phoenix.
Didn't catch
So
the tail
let's-
end of it, legit.
Yeah, let's clarify the question because I think we're all confused on who needs to answer the question. So is it a question about BilliDrop or is it a question about the Fire token utility in association with BilliDrop?
Yeah, more about the Fire Token utility in association with BilliDrop. Definitely. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so I think we could just talk, Murray, about our relationship a little bit more and what it is and what it isn't. I think the obvious answer is the Fire Token doesn't play, at least initially, what we've discussed, does not play into the BilliDrop greater picture. We are an investor for the company and the project, and we earn profits from we earn a portion of the profits from the business and the project, but it's not entangled, to use a physics term. It's not entangled with BilliDrop in any way with the token.
Got it. That helps. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks so much, Legit. And we'll see you very soon, we hope. Crazy J, we're coming to you. Nice, that was quick, Crazy J. How can we help?
Quick question. Will the new token that is used for the Fire 1.0 nest, will that be listed on swappable decks with the pairing that we can sort of swap for the BilliDrop tokens?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. BilliDrop's going to be on Phantom. We're on Avalanche. So
Polygon, I believe he said.
Sorry, Polygon. Yeah. So it'd need bridging. That's more of a long-term thing. We are looking at ways that Fire can be used in utility at the moment. So yeah, I'd love to see pairings on it in the future.
And a quick question. This is more just clarification than it is a question, but I read the Griffin Kingdom's white paper, and the amount of nest that they stated that was put aside for them was a little bit different from previous AMAs. And I just wanted to see if you guys could clarify that for the community here so that everybody's aware of the update.
Yeah, so I think the initial announcement, Luke, was 1,000 nests set aside for Griffin Kingdom. The final agreed amount was actually 1,300. I think that's the confusion, was there's some discrepancy between. Yeah.
It started off at 1,000. We committed to 1,000. However, the boys came in and made a really, really solid business case for wanting 300 more. We figured that it was a sound decision.
So including the other projects that are getting some of the 100K nest allocated to them, what is the official, nest cap at?
The official nest cap will be 100,000. Then, with the Griffin supply, that will take it down a little bit. And then the Firebird supply as well. Now, we're still in talks about the Firebird supply. We're just finalising that now. So once we've got that in pen and ink, we'll confirm that to you guys.
Perfect. Thank you guys for answering my questions.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking him, Crazy Jay. It's great to see you up here.
Not wrong. Now, as always, we are approaching time. We are courteous to the people waiting, and we've got a lot more people this time. So I'm glad Eric gently encouraged you all to raise your hand. So Eric, Luke, how long are you two happy to stay up on stage?
I can be here for another 20 minutes, half an hour at least.
Oh, thank you, Murray. And
I think 20 minutes is good.
20 minutes?
20 minutes?
Yeah.
I could do 30, but that's fine. We can cut it at 20. I know it's late for Luke and he's been traveling, so.
It is. I really want to shower.
No problem. M-Law, looked like you joined us up on stage for a second. I thought you worked for us. I was like, oh, who's this?
There's a phoenix in front of your name.
How can we help you, M-Law? And I'll have to change your nickname, sadly, but how can we help you?
I was not expecting to come up here. So, I wasn't expecting to come up here. I did not have a question. Am I allowed to say what's happening right now? Sorry, I'm totally thrown off guard.
Ooh.
Don't worry. It's nice of you to join us up here.
I'm...
So it depends on what you want to talk about going on right now, so I don't know.
I'm so honestly confused right now. So
It's okay. No. Go ahead and just say what you want to say, and if it starts going down a road we don't like, I'll send you back to the audience.
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to say that Luke is a man of his word. We had a conversation offline after the April 4th AMA, and my first official day at Phoenix Community Capital is today. So I was not.
Yes,
I'm
man.
Yeah.
How you doing? Sorry, I didn't recognize your Discord name. That's all.
No, yeah,
Um,
I apologize so much. I accept it on a whim, and I wasn't expecting to be talking in front of a whole bunch of people. So I
Didn't
apologize.
expect. Well done, man. Well done. Nice to have you up here.
Yeah, no,
No.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Welcome to the team, everybody. Congratulate Paul on his new position. He's going to be working in our strategy team, working with our chief strategy officer on the development and direction of Phoenix Community Capital. He's got an absolutely amazing background and is an absolute star acquisition to the team. So welcome, Paul. Thank you so much for coming up as well.
Absolutely excited to have you here. I knew exactly who you were when you came up.
Thank you so much.
Someone told me.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, his name circled around in the very, very top. Well, he had an interview and I got told about it. I guess I remember. Luke's been traveling. We'll give him some mercy on that one. So.
Yeah, I was
This name through me. My apologies, Paul.
I was on holiday. I was like, this guy's amazing. I told everyone. But yeah, I didn't share your Discord name. So welcome, Paul. Welcome, man. Love that.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, I was very confused, but thank you so much. I wasn't expecting.
Fantastic. Lovely to have you up here. Hope to see you.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. I'm going to kick you down. Big love.
But there we
Amazing.
go. You just met a new team member. I love that. I felt really bad revoking his Phoenix title to then only give it back to him.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was curious why you were doing that. I was like, no. He's actually part of the team.
He's one of us. I didn't recognize this code
One
name.
of us. One of us.
Yeah, one of that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, with 20 minutes that everyone's okay to be with us.
Rapid fire.
Again, you're happy to be with us as well, Scott. J.M. Johnson, the floor is yours. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about your request.
You are muted.
Not now.
Haha, there you are. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Good evening. How are we doing?
Good afternoon. Doing fantastic.
Good. It's just in the direction of Fire 2.0. So what I'm wondering is what the start is going to look like. Is there going to be some form of migration? Is it brand new? Is there going to be a whitelisting towards that? What will that look like?
Fire 2 question. Right. Not the next iteration of Fire 1.0, Fire 2.0 specifically. It's going to be a new project, a new tokenomic. We're releasing information about it by the end of the week. Hard information with infographics so that you guys can look at it, break it down so that the entire crypto world can see it as well, because we think we've nailed brain fart. We've nailed the tokenomic, we think, and we're really excited to see it in action.
Okay, cool. And do you think us current nest holders will have some extra benefit early doors for that?
I think our NFT is going to play a role in it. We're always going to look after our community. You guys are the heart of everything that we do. So we're always looking at ways to look after you guys.
Just trying to scrape some more information.
No, I love that. And feel free to. And I'm just going to dance around some certain points until I can, until I can release hard stuff. Yeah.
It's actually painful to hold back such juicy information from you people, but we have to in some circumstances, and we do not enjoy it, and it's not fun in any way whatsoever.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. All right, who we got next, Jordan?
Next
I'm calling this the rapid fire round since we're running out of time, and we have 15 people in the queue that still want to talk, so we got to hurry up and get through.
No problem.
Try to
Excellent
keep it.
event,
Try to
sir.
keep it rapid fire if we can.
We sure can. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
You guys there?
Yes,
sir.
we're here. I recognize
Okay.
you've been here for
I'll
a
make
while.
this quick then. So I appreciate the fact that you're going to release the information on the second phase towards the end of the week as it finalizes. But just a point of clarification, will the token that is paid out to the original 100K nest holders, will that be the same token in phase two where they're both using the same one going forward? Or how do you see that looking? And then approximately when do you feel like you're going to launch phase two? And that's my two questions. I'll just leave and let you guys answer it.
So phase two will be launched relatively soon. We want to get our V3 smart contract nailed down first, and get that ready to roll out. That's our priority right now, is V3. Fire 2 will be in development afterwards. I hope that will be done in a reasonable time frame. I don't want to give you guys times and dates because we don't like missing deadlines. But if I were to say maybe, I don't know, Eric, what do you reckon? At least a month for Fire 2. At least a month.
Yeah, I was thinking last week of May, maybe. External timelines make that difficult for us to give proper estimates as well. There are other parties involved that we can't control, namely Certic. We can get much faster service than most people from Certic, but we still can't make them go, hey, turn this around in 4 hours. So, and in regard to your first question, was the original nests. I think, Luke, the intention is to pay them out in the new token and decouple Fire from the reward structure. Is that correct?
Yeah, in an ideal scenario, we'd like Fire to be a tradable asset on its own and to create a new token, XYZ we're calling it for now, that will be exchanged through our bonding mechanism. That's kind of where we're at.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, appreciate your questions. Thank you very much.
Great, finally having you up here, XRP Venture. Alrighty then. Up next, Russ Nest. I see what we did there, Russ Nest. Give you a couple of seconds, otherwise we have to dismiss you, Russ Nest. We're moving. I do apologise. ADLSC. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I don't think that's a real word. There you go. How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome. What's your questions?
Hi, I'm trying to be quick here. I'm just gonna ask about Nest buybacks. If are you gonna do them, and how is it gonna happen? If yes.
This touches on the topic of the idea, Luke, that we have a tradable asset as a nest. It's something we've discussed. I think we've even mentioned it before. Luke, I think you mentioned it a couple of AMAs ago.
Yeah, we've mentioned it before. So we've been in talks with our lead dev about the possibility of turning nests into NFTs and having them as tradable entities. We'd like them to be able to be listable and tradable. This is something that we're still working out the code on. It's a grand design and something that we'd love to see. We just need to make it work properly and securely.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep, no problem.
Alrighty, on to the next one. Doom Wabbit. We're gonna have to give you that little count. There you are. What's your quick question for the boys?
Yeah, when you're doing, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. It's a little faint, but I can hear you.
When you're doing projections on the revenue stream side from the existing projects and then future projects, what's kind of the breakdown for maybe the bullish case or bearish case or whatever of revenue streams based upon the ones we currently have in that you have been released and then ones for future aspects?
Sorry, secondary mute button on my microphone. So if I'm sure I understand, you're asking how do we qualify investments and the return on investments? Does that summarize what you're asking?
Based upon like total revenue of FCC for the ones that you've told us about, what percent of revenue do you believe that will be going forward, and then what's the new ones that have not been released in futures when you're doing these projections of forecasting?
That's a great question, and I don't think I can give you an answer. There is an internal process that we go through. We review. Murray will be more familiar with this. Scott will be familiar with this as well. We look at companies. I can't give you numbers and figures, but I can give you kind of an idea of what the process is, if that helps you. We go through, one, what is the market use case? Is there a market for it? So we have to answer the question, so what? So you have a project, so what? What is it going to do? How is it going to affect? How do we know what the target market is? What adoption rate are you looking at? Is there anybody else in the market already doing it? And if so, what is their market share? And how much of the market share do you think you can capture, and why? So these are some of the questions we ask. Then we look at the profit to investment ratio. Like, for instance, we've had companies come to us, Luke, and I'll tell you this right now. We have not said yes to everybody. We have actually said no to some people. We've had some people come to us and ask for ridiculously large amounts of money. We're talking 7 figures. And the return on investment is so small, it's kind of like, yeah, I'd rather just go put that money in a bank account and earn interest on it. That's like not really a good deal. So if you guys don't want to either come down and work with us or take the profit margin or way up, then it doesn't make sense. So we have had several that we've evaluated that we've said no, and unfortunately, we just don't think it's a right fit for us in our community. That's sort of the process how we go through it. We're looking for investment. What's the initial investment? What's the potential return on the investment? In the case of BilliDrop, for instance, it's our largest investment ever. One of the things you're going to read in the announcement later is that they actually have an option, and Murray might be able to elaborate on this a little bit. They have an option at a certain time frame to buy back part of our interest in the company, right? So we'll maintain some, but they'll buy back a portion of it at the same price that we paid for it. So there's an idea that within a certain time frame, we could recoup 100% of our initial investment and then still maintain a portion of profit from that indefinitely. So that's the kind of stuff we look for. Luke is an absolute master negotiator, and he does things I have no idea are even possible when it comes to negotiating with potential projects and businesses that we go and invest in. I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for. There's a team of people we work with that go through all of the figures and facts and stuff, and we actually sit down with those people and review any of these investment opportunities with them, typically initially.
Thank you. And this is my first AMA, so maybe you've already addressed this, but like for Swaptical, what do you, like, are you going for top 10, top 2, top 5? Or maybe that's too much detail or too much ambiguity behind that, but.
Well, it's a little ambiguous because I don't know what you mean by top 10, top 2, top 5. Are you talking about their position in the marketplace?
Yeah, they're presented in marketplace and market cap analysis.
Depends on how.
This one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can come in on this. So Swaptical are approaching the market differently to the other decentralized exchanges out there. We're definitely aiming for the top on the Avalanche network. That's within sight and achievable, and we would love to become one of the premier dexes out there. It's obviously the project branding, the team, the technology behind it, the idea and the vision is all correct. Now it's up for them to go and implement it. And we feel such confidence in that team that if anyone can go and take that dex to the top, it's them. And they've got the solid foundation to do so. So there's ways it's going to grow in the future as well, which is agile and different to others in the market. But to reiterate about what Eric said earlier, we're not just coming out for traditional investments. Everything that we're doing is innovative and looking at different areas in the market. What we're looking at now with Web3 is kind of like the dot-com boom back in the noughties, the early noughties. It's, the next opportunity is here, and we're best placed and in the right area and in the right circles to be able to make this as successful as it needs to be. We're just taking it slow, we're taking it steady, because if you act in haste, you make mistakes. So we say slow is smooth, smooth is fast, because if we take our time and tick all the boxes, it's better for everyone. We're sorry for the ambiguity at this stage. We are working very, very hard on the back end.
Swapsicle, I think we see that as a top 5.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, specifically. Spectrum, we see that as like a number 2, maybe number 1 eventually. So
BilliDrop is the only one.
It's number 1 of
Correct.
1.
Yep. Sorry for the interest of time. I went ahead and moved him to the audience. Sounded like he was finished. But yeah, that was 2 and very long answers. Sorry for that. So we're running a little short on time. We've got maybe time for 1 or 2 more, and that's about it. I know there are several people waiting. Please leave your name up there. Don't jump out, and let's figure out who we want to get on stage next.
Yeah, no problem at all. Right then, so next we're going to come up to Greg. Remember, we're bringing up some new, fresh faces. We appreciate you for putting your hand up.
Yep.
Greg, how can we help you, sir?
Hey guys, I appreciate you guys hosting these AMAs. This is my first one and newer to Phoenix. So my question is, if I end up with 15 or 16 nests, am I able to buy more than one master NFT?
No, that's it's a limitation for every 10 nests. So you get to 10, you get to buy a master NFT. When you get to 20, you can buy your second master NFT. When you get to 100 and you've got all 10 master NFTs, then you qualify to buy the Grandmaster NFT. So it's sort of a structured, tiered approach to how you can get to the top.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't know. So I appreciate you guys for that.
No
Is
problem. Hey, man, it's an easy question. Thank you.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have room for 2 more after all. Appreciate it. Thanks, Greg.
Excellent. Next we'll come then to Sam1908. Sam1908, we're coming to you. And if not Sam, I do apologize. Adios.
Yep.
Next we'll come to
Sorry, you only get a few seconds to accept. Sorry.
It's CZ.
CZ. What's up, CZ? You are muted still.
CZ, I hate to be that guy. Oh,
hello.
There we go. Here we go. All right. What's your question, CZ? Welcome.
Yeah, so near the beginning of the AMA, when you first started this project, you were talking about a movie investment. Any updates?
Yes, we're in discussions with and we're getting some more details from the production company that is coordinating the directors, and we're still evaluating and investigating all the particular details of what it means to finance and executive produce a movie. So we have some people on the team that have a lot of connections in the entertainment business, and we're working towards finding out, discovering more about the particular requirements. We are excited about some of the potential. There have been some A-list actors' names who have already read the script. They like the script. I can't tell you who they are yet because they're not under contract. I can't guarantee they're going to be in it or guarantee that it's going to come about. So yeah, we're talking about it. We're exploring more. We have a lot of really cool stuff ahead of us to discuss on that one.
Awesome.
Sorry, CZ. In the areas where we're first, we innovate. In the areas where we're not first, we go and learn from the people who've done it before. And I've been talking to people who've done movies raised by crypto, and we found a fundraising method that we think is going to be really interesting. But it's definitely long haul.
Right on. Thank you.
And CZ. With that being said, I believe you are our final question of the night. So it goes without saying, my first thanks goes to Murray and, of course, Scott for joining us tonight.
So, real quick, Jordan.
Yeah, let Scott. Yep, he's got an announcement he wants to make.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to get that
mic
earlier,
drop.
and I was hoping to. Sorry, mic drop, guys. A lot of people have been asking, so about the alpha and when it's going to release. I did sit down with Ronaldo, who is our lead game developer,
Just
and
so we're
he
clear,
said he
alpha for what?
expects alpha for Ghost of Tabor.
Thank you.
Ghost of Tabor. That's what we're focusing on. The very version 1 alpha will drop right around July 1st. So everyone will probably be selected from the list that you all did take off of Showtime's video, and then also some of the very large names in the streaming into the world that we are inviting. So that's all I got.
That is fantastic and exciting news. For those of you who have just joined us, you may not know, Combat Waffle Studios is a game development studio, and they make really, really, really cool games, and they have some amazing talent over there. Ghost of Tabor is the first game that they're working on, first of many. Roadmap is coming, right, Scott?
That is correct, yes. Roadmap is on the way for everybody to see.
Yeah, fantastic. Good quality stuff, guys. You're not going to believe what you're going to see. If you haven't seen it or you're not familiar with it, head over. We have a Discord channel for this, and they also have a Twitter channel. What is your Twitter handle over there for Ghost of Tabor? I think it's at Ghost of Tabor, isn't it?
At Ghost of Tabor. You're looking at maybe like another 2.5 weeks for the website to drop. And then at that time, we'll also drop our own Discord. We've just been trying to keep all that under wraps, so we actually have time to develop and not get bombarded in multiple places. We can all keep it focused right here on the Phoenix Discord. It's much easier for us with how busy we are.
Fantastic. And I want to end on, sorry, Jordan, to steal your thunder. I know you were doing the closing statements, but I apologize. BilliDrop, more information has just been shared in the announcement channel as well as on Twitter. Go like it, retweet it, talk about it, discuss it, all the good things you can do on Twitter. And with that, I think we can say thank you very much to Murray for being up here and discussing his project. Scott, thank you very much for the updates. And Jordan, if you have any closing statements you had prepared, I'm so sorry if I stepped on them.
All I'd say is go see the announcements. Go see our Twitter page to learn about the $550,000 US investment into BilliDrop. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor. We'll see you next week.
We're doing $1 billion drop. We love you all.
I'm going to close out the way I always do, Luke. It's always the same. Be good to each other and keep having fun. It's my little Bill and Ted reference.
I love that, man. I love that. We're doing $1 billion drop. It's going to be bloody amazing. Ghost of Tabor is going to be bloody amazing.
With a
B.
billion
with a B.
Bravo. Yeah.
Bravo. Not a million, a billion. We're going to make someone a billionaire. Murray and his team, with the help of Phoenix Financial, are going to make someone a billionaire. You got to be in it to win it, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Have a lovely evening.
Big news. We love you all. God bless. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you are.